קודם הבדלה שלוש פעמים, ובטוח אני שיצליחו בוודאי אם ירצה השם. Dein Volk Israel, von allem Wesen in deinem Leib, als der Liebe Shabbos Kodesh geht Vahi dein Volk Israel, von allem Wesen in deinem Leib, als der Liebe Shabbos Kodesh geht Und die Wacht soll uns kommen zu Emunah Shelemo, zu Emunas Chachomim, zu Ahavas v'dibuk Chaverim Toivim, zu Deveikus Haboire Baruch Hu. Die Wacht soll uns kommen zu Emunah Shelemo, zu Emunas Chachomim, zu Ahavas v'dibuk Chaverim Toivim, zu Deveikus Haboire Baruch Hu. Mamin zu sein, wie Shloi Shom Kodim Shelcho, ובגיולו של אימו כרויבו, במהרה בימינו, ובזכיית החסדים, ובנבואת מוישה רבנו, ולבוא השלום. ומאמין zu sein, ומאמין zu sein, בשלוי שעשרי כהרים שלך, ובגיולו של אימו כרויבו, אוי במהרה בימינו, ובזכיית המזים, ובנבואת מוישה רבנו, ולבוא השלום. Ribono shel Elohim, du bist doch Anoisein la Yuhei Koyach, gib deine Liebe Kindernacht, Koyach dir zu leuben und dir zu dienen, weitergehen nie. Mazel und zu Berocho und zu Atzlocho und zu Gesund und zu Oisher Bechovoy du Diva soll uns kommen zu Chesed und zu Mazel und zu Berocho und zu Atzlocho und zu Gesund und zu Oisher Bechovoy und zu Bone Chayel und Mezoyne Lonu Lechol Yisrael Omen und zu Bone Chayel und Mezoyne Lonu Lechol Yisrael Omen und zu Bone Chayel und Mezoyne Lonu Lechol Yisrael Omen und zu Bone Chayel und Mezoyne Lonu Lechol Yisrael Uferosuleinu Sukas Rachamim V'chayim V'sho Elohim Baruch Ata Hashem Apoyres Sukash Oy vi al kol amoy sirvei Oy vi al Yerushalayim Oy vein di vein bnei Yisroel Oy sile oy lom Oy gish es yomim Os Hashem Es Hashem Yesu Vayoy mashvi shofas Oy 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 vayin fash Oy vein di vein bnei Yisroel Oy skile oy lom Oy gish es yomim Os Hashem Es Hashem Yesu Retz With you Vayoy mashvi shofas Oy 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 vayin fash Shabbos oy Shabbos kodesh Shabbos kodesh Vein di uvein bnei Yisroel
Shabbos, Eilike Shabbos. Shabbos, Shabbos, Kodesh. Shomeru b'nei Yisrael Eves HaShabbos Lama soites HaShabbos L'doi roiso V'ri yisoilom V'shomeru b'nei Yisrael Eves HaShabbos Lava sois es HaShabbos L'doi roiso V'ri yisoilom Beini uvein b'nei Yisrael Oy sile oy lom Oy ki sheishes yomim Ozu Hashem Eves Hashem Mahayim Yesu Retz Oy 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 Mashvi Shuvas Oy 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 Vayenufas Oy beini oy vein b'nei Yisrael Oy ski oy sili oy lo Oy ki sheishes yomim Oso Hashem Es HaShamayim Yesu Retz Oy 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 Mashvi Shuvas Oy 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 Vayenufas Oy Shabbos Kodesh Oy Shabbos, Shabbos, Shabbos Kodesh. Shabbos Kodesh. Shuvas. Oy, 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 Vayinuf.
Virachem Aleinu Shema Koileinu Hashem Elokeinu Shema Koileinu Hashem Elokeinu Virachem Virachem Aleinu Virachem Virachem Aleinu V'kavel v'rachamim yimu v'rotzoi nes tefiloseinu v'tatesh makoileinu V'kavel v'rachamim yimu v'rotzoi nes tefiloseinu v'tatesh makoileinu V'rachamim yimu v'rotzoi nes tefiloseinu v'tatesh makoileinu V'kavel v'rachamim yimu v'rotzoi nes tefiloseinu v'tatesh makoileinu Koileinu Hashem Elokeinu Shema Koileinu Hashem Elokeinu Chus v'rachem V'rachem Aleinu Rachem Aleinu Shema Koileinu Hashem Elokeinu Shema Koileinu Hashem Elokeinu Chus v'rachem V'rachem Aleinu Rachem Aleinu Father, every tear we shed, please remember, don't forget. Kavel Estiloseinu, Etatesh Makoileinu. When we call, please hear our cry. Wipe the tears now from our eyes. Hasen Estimoseinu, Shema Estakoseinu. V'rachamim yimu v'rotzoi nes tefiloseinu v'tatesh makoileinu V'kavel v'rachamim yimu v'rotzoi nes tefiloseinu v'tatesh makoileinu
Zarodi lo yifsoy, Zarodi lo yivetoy. Mi peace go may hoy raiso. We be Zarodi lo yifsoy, hoy vendi lo yivetoy. Mi peace go may hoy raiso. We Zaro di lo yifsoy, Zaro di lo yiftoy, di lo yifsoy kve di lo yiftoy le mi bis gomei, boy raiso. Oy Zaro di lo yifsoy, Zaro di lo yiftoy, di lo yifsoy give di lo yiftoy mi bis gomei, oy raiso. Zaro di lo yifsoy, oy ben Zaro di lo yiftoy, di lo yifsoy give di lo yiftoy le mi bis gomei, oy raiso. Malka di mo yevarech yaschoin ve yapish chayechoin. Yas geyoy mechoin malka di mo yevarech yaschoin ve yitein ar polish nechoin. Oy this is bore kun this is teizum mi kollo mi komadin bishin this is bore this is teizum mi kollo mi komadin bishin this is bore this is teizum mi kollo mi komadin bishin this is bore this is teizum mi kollo mi komadin bishin oy muram dibish mayo hey this hat foin. Pose man de yidon, the noy maro me. Di mura di bishmayo. Hey besat fo. Pose man de yidon, the noy maro me. Noy mako di mo yevore yas foin di yapish haye foin. Yas ge yoy me foin mako di mo yevore yas foin. De yite na to lishne foin. This is bore kun this is teizum mi kollo mi komari bishin this is bore this is teizum mi kollo mi komari bishin this is bore this is teizum mi kollo mi komari bishin this is bore this is teizum mi kollo mi komari bishin mora dibish mayo hey this hatoy. Pose man de yidon, the noy maro me. Di mura di bishmayo. Hey safo. Pose man de yidon, the noy maro me. Yobba da yidam. Yobba da this is for this is teizum Nicolò Nicomari vicini this is for this is teizum Nicolò Nicomari vicini this is Marin, vision, this is body, this is days, Nicolo, Nico, Marin, vision. Mono, Divish, Mario. Yeah, Saxo. Cause the man where you don't, cause the man where you don't, and no matter me. Mono, Divish, Mario. Yeah, Saxo. Cause the man where you don't, cause the man where you don't. מהר יקדמונו רחמך כי מעולם ועד עולם לא עזבונו חסדיך וימצא ויתרצה לעם דופקי דלתך מהר יקדמונו רחמך כי מעולם ועד עולם לא עזבונו חסדיך אל תבישנו אל תשיבנו ריקה מלפניך ולי יש רק מילים פשוטות לדבר איתך גדלותי מאוד ולפעמים גם מילים לא אין לי כלים לתאר את כל הטוב קבל שבתנו לפניך כי רם ונישא נשא עלינו עוד פניך נא אל תשכח נא אל תיקח את הזכות להיות בניך ולי יש רק מילים פשוטות לדבר איתך גדלותי מאוד ולפעמים גם מילים לא אין לי כלים לתאר את כל הטוב ולי יש רק מילים פשוטות לדבר איתך גדלותי מאוד ולפעמים גם מילים לא אין לי כלים לתאר את כל הטוב מהר יקדמונו רחמך פותח את העיניים, אני רואה עולם חדש, ושיר על השפתיים, חיים שמתוקים מדבש, בכל מה שקורה לי, אני רואה את הברכה, תמיד רוצה, תמיד מוצא שמחה. כל ימי חיי להכיר בטובה ולשיר להשם אלוקיי כל ימי חיי להכיר בטובה ולשיר להשם אלוקיי ביום שמתחדש לי מודה אני על נשמה כי זה הזמן שיש לי בסך הכל הוא מתנה רוצה רק לשמח
מסביב, ויוסמו הטוב והמיטיב. כל ימי, כל ימי, כל ימי, כל ימי חיי, להכיר בטובה ולשיר להשם אלוקיי. כל ימי, כל ימי, כל ימי, כל ימי חיי, להכיר בטובה ולשיר להשם אלוקיי. ישבתי בבית השם ליאור יומי, ישבתי בבית השם ליאור יומי.
Dear friends, you're welcome to continue to socialize and enjoy the cocktails and hors d'oeuvres. We're going to daven in the archway section here outside of the pavilion. I'd like to join us. We're going to daven mincha right here on the west side. Actually, that's the east side.
תודה לך, תודה לך, תודה לך כלי, הולך איתך ורק איתך לא יכול בלי. תודה לך על חושך ויאללה אור הטוב, תודה לך אתה תמיד קרוב, תודה לך על שמש בשמיים בכל יום, על אהבה המלווה לכל מקום. תודה לך על הניסים ויאללה טבע גם, מודה אני מלך חי וקיים. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר תודה. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר תודה. פותח את ידיך ומשפיע לכל חי, בהרי כויסי לוחם רוחוות לי די. הקל הזן ומפרנס גוזר ומקיים, על הכל תודה לך השם. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר תודה. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר תודה. For every day you give to me, my future and my history, תודה לך. Cause you're the music and the rhyme, you're the rhythm and the time, תודה לך. I know that there's a reason and a plan, so I try the best I can to make you proud. So all the friends I made along the way, let me hear you sing it out loud. תודה, תודה לך השם, הלב דורש ומבקש על מה שיש לומר. תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם, כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחכה רק לשיר תודה. תודה, my thanks to you, my life is all from you, the light is you, the darkness too, you. Toda, my thanks to you, my life is love for you, though I am small, I hear your call that you love me too. Toda, my thanks to you, my
שיש לומר תודה, תודה, תודה לך השם. כל הנשמה תהלל גיא וחגה רק לשיר תודה. תודה לך.
השם עולי רחמים, רחמים עולי וקבל תחנונוי, על באב וסויכיני, ועל בחמוסות יעשרני, כונני השם כי אומללוני, וכואני השם כי נבהלו עצומוי, ונפשי נבהלו ויוי. אל תתייאש, מהשם תבקש, לו חרב חדו, נחס על צווארו של אדום, אל ימנע עצמוי, אל ימנע עצמוי, אל ימנע עצמוי מן הרחמים. אל תתייאש, מהשם תבקש, רפואני השם, השם אלוהיי, רפואה לכל מחויביי, רפואני, הושיעני, רפואני השם אלוהיי. כי אפילו חרב חדו, נחס על צווארו של אדום, אל ימנע עצמוי, אל ימנע עצמוי, אל ימנע עצמוי מן הרחמים.
השם עולי רחמים, רחמים עולי וקבל תחנונוי, על באב וסויכיני, ועל בחמוסות יעשרני, כונני השם כי אומללוני, כונני השם כי נבהלו עצומוי, ונפשי נבהלו ויוי.
אל תתייאש,
כי אפילו חרב חדו, נחס על צווארו של אדום, אל ימנע עצמוי, אל ימנע עצמוי, אל ימנע עצמוי מן הרחמים.
אל תתייאש.
מי השם, השם אלוהיי, רפואה לכל מחויביי, רפואני, הושיעני, רפואני השם אלוהיי.
Oh, no. Hello, everyone. Can you take a seat so we can get started, please? Can everyone please take a seat? Hello, everyone. Please find your seats. I'm a teacher, and I will start calling out people who are not sitting in their seats if you don't get to your seats. That's right, Max, get to your seat. I see Michael Schachter sitting down. Thank you very much. I see Rabbi Schulman and Axelbaum table is very good. Thank you very much. Mr. and Mrs. Gerson. Liel Schulman, thank you so much for sitting in your seat. Ah, the Zittens making their way. Yeah. Ah, there we go. Rachel? Okay, okay, thank you everyone for coming. We're so happy we're all able to join together tonight. Tamara and I are co-chairing this event. Before we start, it is my sworn duty as a history teacher to tell you the history of this beautiful World's Fair Pavilion building we're in. This building was constructed in 1909, 5 years after the World's Fair. The pavilion was built to honor the momentous occasion that had taken place on these grounds and helped shape the world that we live in today. More than 100 years later, 2021, we find ourselves on the tail end of another event that shaped the world in which we live. Perhaps no event in our lifetime will have a bigger impact on how we see and interact with the world than the COVID-19 pandemic. It is fitting that we hold our event here to honor those who navigated our community through the tough decisions that needed to be made. Tonight, as we sit together as a community for the first time in over a year, it is fitting that we do so in a building that was built to memorialize a previous event that helped shape the world as we honor the people who shaped our community and our world this past year. Mazel tov to tonight's honorees.
Before we begin the program, we just wanted to take a minute to do a couple of thank yous. Planning a night like this is never simple, and with our timeline and this unique circumstance, it was definitely a more challenging year than some. We're really grateful for everybody's help to make this evening possible. Those who made phone calls, those who wrote bios for the journal, those who helped clean up, we appreciate all of you so, so much. A big thank you to Sabrina and her committee for leading the decor and helping us with the auction. Everything is so beautiful. We're so grateful. Elliot, thank you for taking photos of this beautiful evening. I don't know where you are. Raise your hand, Elliot Franklin. Taking pictures somewhere. And for helping us document this special event. Rabbi Shulman, Abba, thank you so much for all of your input, your guidance, and your efforts along the way, and Mazel Tov on this much-deserved honor. Roberta, where's Roberta? There she is. Roberta, thank you so much for your tireless efforts with the journal. We know what a huge project it is. Your attention to detail and your expertise have continued to make this journal a tremendous success year after year. 30 now, right? Thank you. Where's Judy? Judy. She switched table. Judy, this dinner would truly not be possible without you. You involved yourself in every aspect of this evening, and you were always willing to go above and beyond to make it a success. Thank you for your devotion to our vision, as complicated as it sometimes was, and your incredible efforts day after day. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
Last but not least, Jonty. Jonty, what can we possibly say? We are both in awe of and inspired by your unwavering and selfless devotion to this show. You are completely and totally devoted to this community's success and growth, and it shows in everything that you do. Thank you for your tireless efforts on behalf of the dinner and the show, and for putting up with our never-ending text message group. You are a saint. We hope everyone's already had a chance to place some bids in the silent auction. Your number is in the inside of your place card. We're really excited about this. We have some amazing, amazing opportunities and experiences. A big thank you to all of our donors, many of whom are here tonight. You've still got lots of time to bid, so go get those bids in. We now invite you to enjoy this evening's program.
And also just want to point out, you have bathrooms over there, women's and men, and then there's a washing station here and a washing station there, and there is coffee and maybe tea. Thank you so much. Enjoy the night. Max Gornish.
Good evening, everybody. It's a somewhat familiar spot, but Jonty, I was toying with starting a chant for 4 more years, but I'm not sure. But if I could ask everybody to please rise. I guess remove your caps if you have them, but not your yarmulkes. And join me for the national anthem and then the singing of Hatikva. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the Before we join together to sing Hatikva, given the recent events in Israel, I thought it'd be appropriate. The rabbi has a message that he'd like me to share with everybody here. Hatikva is a prayer of hope and a prayer of Jewish identity and pride. But it's also a prayer for Israel's safety and security. We pray for the families of the victims. We pray that Hashem give them strength and comfort. We pray for the safety of our brothers and sisters. Achenu kol beis Yisrael. Lihios am chofshi, to be free, free of conflict, free of strife, free of the burden of anti-Semitism. We pray for such a time in our generation. Kol od balevav pinima, nefesh Yehudi homia, ulefate mizrach kadima, ayin letzion, Sophia, Od lo avda tikvateinu, hatikva bashnot alpayim, li'otam chofshi be'artzeinu eretz Zion, Yerushalayim, Eyartzeinu eretz Zion, Yerushalayim.
Honored Rabbeim, our esteemed awardees, young Israel members and friends, to those of you who are here in person and those joining us virtually via live stream. Good evening and welcome to the annual dinner of the Young Israel of St. Louis. Wow, that feels awesome to say that. When we started to plan tonight's dinner, we were not quite sure how to plan. Indoor versus outdoor venue, masks, social distancing, a myriad of questions and deliberations. And as we have done for the past 14 months, we turned to our shul's COVID advisory committee many times, and again just recently, to consider everything necessary to make tonight not only safe for all, but a beautiful celebration to honor our awardees. So I'd like to begin by thanking the entire COVID Advisory Committee. Rabbi Schulman, Rich Axelbaum, Elliot Franklin, Mark Friedman, Joel Garbo, Monty Mazer, Howard Oppenheimer, Bob Strachan, and Danny Wostock. Thank you to all of you for literally I can't even count the hours and effort that you have all put in over this time on our behalf. To you, and yes, to your spouses as well, a communal hakarat hatov and a deep sense of appreciation for your endeavors. Mazel tov to our Keter Shem Tov awardees tonight, Rabbi Moshe Schulman, Dr. Rich Axelbaum, and Dr. Monty Mazer. You have all gone above and beyond to guide us through this extremely challenging time. Your collective efforts on behalf of our shul, schools, and broader community have been nothing short of spectacular. With meticulous care, attention to every detail, and your selfless dedication, You have guided us on the right path throughout and to this day. There will be more to share about this standout group a little later. I also want to take a brief moment to wish a Mazel Tov and my personal thanks to Sam Zitten, our 2021 Young Leadership Awardee. There will be more about Sam soon, but let me just say this. Sam never says no. He jumps into every project with zeal and passion. Thank you, Sam. How do I adequately express my sincere thanks to our extraordinary and hardworking dinner chairs, Alyssa Schachter and Tamar Garbo, and our journal chairs, Roberta Gornish and Judy Haber. As Tamar said, we had a much tighter than normal timeline and very unusual circumstances this year. Yet they all displayed poise, dedication, and a commitment to our goals with sheer grit and determination. You and all the committee volunteers for this dinner have gone all out in your efforts to make sure that tonight is not only beautiful, but also successful in raising funds to sustain the financial viability of our shul. You also put up with me worrying about the weather tonight, which is not terrible. Could be worse. I was here 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, and it was windy and cold and rainy. So tonight is, I think, better than that. Anyway, you must have had a direct line to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, because tonight is spectacular in every way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just a few more thank yous before we move on with our program. My thanks and deepest appreciation to Rabbi and Bela Shulman for their ongoing leadership and commitment to our shul and community, to the Board of Directors for their guidance and diligent service to ensure the success of our shul, to Judy Haber, our office manager. The operational stability and success of our shul is the fruit, this is the fruit of your dedication and unflagging efforts. To the Young Israel Women's Division for their financial support that they provide to our shul through their various fundraising efforts. To our devoted and selfless Gabayim for your sensitive attention to their duties always. And to all of you who are here tonight, to all of our members who volunteer, participate, engage, support, and care for our shul and community. And to my beloved family, Julianne, our sons Joshua, Gabriel, and Adam, I thank them for their support, understanding, and plenty of patience. My communal service is yours too, because it would not be possible without you. Thank you. Before dinner is served, and I promise it will be soon, I thank you for your patience on that part. We need to take care of some unfinished business from last year. Last year, we were unable to gather in person to celebrate the 25th anniversary of the St. Louis Community Eruv, and to honor those visionary and hardworking individuals who are responsible for this vital community institution, one that we might all take for granted until it's down and not functional. This has only happened 4 or 5 times in the 25 plus years, which is due in large part to the efforts of all involved. So it gives me great pleasure to formally present our awardees from last year's virtual event with their awards. I know that our shul community and the broader Orthodox community join us in extending our sincere hakarat hatov to the St. Louis Community Eruv officers, Mickey Ariel, Joel Garbo, Alan Haber, and Stuart Zimbalist, the Eruv inspectors, Rabbi Chana Muser and Louis Nodowich, and to former Ameren UE lineman Pat Lawrenson, who we are delighted to have with us tonight. Thank you for being here. So if you could all please join us here to receive these awards commemorating this outstanding achievement and milestone Thank you to all of you for your dedicated involvement over all of these years. And while you make your way up, I suggest that we all gather down here. There's not enough space on the stage. I will just read the inscription in the plaques that we were about to present. Young Israel of St. Louis 2020 virtual event in celebration of the 25th anniversary of our community Eruv, May 17th, 2020, 23rd ER 5780, awarded to first the St. Louis Community Eruv officers, Michael Ariel, Joel Garbo, Alan Haber, and Stuart Zimbalist, to the Eruv inspectors, Rabbi Chana Muser and Louis Nodowich, and to Pat Lawrenson, former Ameren UE lineman. Thank you for your continued dedicated service. Mazel tov to you all. Now, with the utmost respect, I call on Joel Garbo to speak on this esteemed group's behalf.
Good evening. On behalf of the St. Louis Community Eruv, the Eruv inspectors, and a very distinguished member of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers of St. Louis, we thank Young Israel for honoring the 25th, now 26th anniversary of the St. Louis Community Eruv. In recognizing the Eruv, you provide an opportunity for the community to celebrate the profound impact that the Eruv has had on the lives of its members. It's hard to believe that it's been almost 27 years since we gathered on a Sunday morning in October 1994, 50 members of the many area synagogues, together with 29 of local 1431 of the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, to put up poles, wires, lechis, which, after some refinement and fine-tuning, became the original Community Eruv that began operation on December 11th, 1994. Many of you probably don't know the key role that the IBEW played in the establishment of the Eruv. The union provided a letter of support for the Eruv, attesting to the safety of attaching lechis to electrical poles. This became a major issue with Ameren, with Union Electric at the time, and then helped with its construction by adopting the Eruv as a community service project. And since that day in December 1994, the Eruv has continued to enable enhanced Shabbos observance within our community. And you likely know most of those recognized this evening as members of local synagogues within the Eruv. However, there's one individual who you probably don't know, and I want to spend just a minute introducing you to that individual. Pat is, quite simply, the unsung hero of our Eruv. For nearly 25 years, Pat has been the person we have called week in and week out for help with repairs, big and small, and he's never let us down. Pat is talented, dedicated, and fiercely loyal to the Eruv, and over the years has become quite the expert in the many legal requirements of Eruv. How many times have we awaited Pat's phone call on Thursday or Friday afternoons informing us that we are good to go? Pat almost always makes himself available on Thursday or Friday afternoons to make Eruv repairs. And on those rare occasions when Pat is not available, he usually has a pretty good reason. For example, there was the time that Pat couldn't help us because there had been a series of tornadoes in Alabama, and 1 million people were without power, and he was working 18-hour days to help restore that power. Even in such emergency situations, Pat always takes the time to help us find someone in St. Louis who can help. often a man by the name of John Lawrenson, Pat's son. Pat, you have been a loyal partner and friend of the Eruv for so many years, and on behalf of the community Eruv and the St. Louis Jewish community, we offer our heartfelt thanks. We're absolutely thrilled that you and your wife Sandy are able to join us this evening. Over the years, the Eruv has enjoyed the unwavering support of shul rabbis and the generous financial support of so many in our community, for which we are most appreciative. We have two dedicated Eruv inspectors, Rabbi Chana Muser, Mr. Louis Nodowich, the same two since day one, who assure the integrity of the Eruv each week. Finally, I want to mention three other individuals who played key roles in the establishment of the St. Louis Community Eruv. Dr. Noam Stadlan and Mr. Edward Edelman, who did so much of the early behind-the-scenes work surveying the area and planning possible routes for the Eruv, and Dr. Lila Redlick, who's here tonight, the driving force in the establishment of the Eruv in Chesterfield. Again, on behalf of the St. Louis Community Eruv, the Eruv inspectors, and our design repair engineer, we thank Young Israel for recognizing the Eruv and hope Eruv will continue to serve the St. Louis community for many years to come.
Okay, we get there. Thank you, Joel. We would also like to take a moment to recognize our 2020 Young Leadership Awardee, Max Oppenheimer. Max, I'm going to embarrass you. Come up here with me. You all right?
I'm great. You're doing a great job, sir.
So on behalf of the board, sorry, that's not what I was meant to say. On and off the board, you have devoted yourself to enriching the programming at Our Young Israel. You exude warmth, charm, and you are a generous spirit that embraces all who walk through the doors of our shul. You're always willing to help, and you do so enthusiastically and with a sincere love and commitment to our shul and our community. Thank you, Max, for all that you do for us at Our Young Israel, and I'm going to get the plaque and award it to you.
Great.
All right, so the inscription reads, YISTL virtual event, May 17, 2020, 2030 ER 5780, Young Leadership Award presented to Max Oppenheimer in recognition and appreciation for your continued devoted service to our shul and community. Scott. Let's get a picture down here. Come. All right, well, thank you for all being here tonight in person. Please remain seated as dinner is served family style at your tables. The bar will be open during dinner, so please feel free that once dinner has been served to help yourself to drinks. Thank you for joining us in person, and to those joining us via live stream, the program will continue soon. Enjoy your dinner.
הלכתי חיפשתי חומות שם נקבע ושרטטתי בחושך חיפשתי אותך מתוך נבחי נשמה חושך גבר על האור חיפשתי מקום מסתור יצירך לאור שלך גלי הים הכל אשר באו שתקו את התורה, הפעמים כן נשמתי מדמם. החושך גבר על האור, חיפשתי מקום כבר כחומות שתקווה ושוטטתי בחושך.
שירו שירו למלך טה-דה-דה-דה, טה-דה-דה-דה. Shiro, shiro, la
Novohiach leiloki midovoy minafshi ki mimenu sikvosi Hoyach tzuri vishvosi miskapi lo yemo Horakamanu yishibo hirondo lusime meya saboreinu 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 Behu behu yoyli heinu koimen mi yusle Yateinu 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 nu 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 mi Yateinu koinu shloinu mi Yateinu I nu 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 mi Yateinu koinu shloinu mi Yateinu Arhamonu yishibo yirundo lusime yalme yal taboreinu 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 Behu behu yoyli heinu koine mi yusle Yateinu behu behu yoyli heinu koine mi yusle Yateinu behu behu yoyli heinu koine mi yusle Yateinu mi Yateinu Riboyino sheno hilo mi Yateinu
חוצמי נשבת כדוברה חוצמי נשבת כדוברה Hey, ay, ay, yaddy dum, ay, yaddy dum, ay, la 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 dum, ay, ay, yaddy dum, ay, yaddy dum, ay, yaddy dum, oh, la la dum, ay, la dum, ay, dum, ay, la la dum, ay, oh, la dum, ay, la dum, oh, da da dum, ay, la dum, ay, Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilachsam, Freilachsam, Freilachsam und Sam. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilachsam, Freilachsam und Sam. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilachsam, Freilachsam, Freilachsam. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilachsam, Freilachsam und Sam. Yeah! Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilachsam, Freilachsam, Freilachsam und Sam. Der Rebbe hat geheißen Freilachsam, Freilachsam und Sam. Moji drinka jal, moji drinka jal. Drinka jal, drinka jala. Jal, drinka jal, drinka jal, drinka jal, drinka jala. Jal, drinka jal, drinka jal, drinka jal, drinka jala. Drinka jal, drinka jala, drinka jal, drinka jala, drinka jal, drinka jala, drinka jal, drinka jala.
Una palabra, por favor. Zababa. No más, no más.
הייתי רק ילד קטן, אבל מה שאז קרה, לא אשכח לעולם. בן אדם, מישהו גדול וחזק, חטף מידי ענק, שנתן לי אבא. אוי אבא, מה תגיד, האם...
I hope everybody's enjoying the dinner. Thank you to Cohen's Kosher Catering for providing the dinner tonight and all of the wonderful servers and helpers who are here tonight as well. At this time, I would like to invite to present the 2021 Young Leadership Award to Sam Zitten. Max, if you could join us up here.
If I can ask everyone to please take a seat while we present the Young Leadership Award to Sam Zitten. That would be great. Because everybody needs to hear this. Dear friends, no, I'm just kidding. Sorry, Rev. I had to. I had to. I was told that I have 2 sentences to present the award to Sam, but as you guys know, I like to cross the line once in a while, so I'm going to give it a few more. Anyway, Sam, this award that you're about to receive is just, it's a very special award. I got it last year, and the fact that you're getting it this year just makes it so much more special for me. And what it should do is make it special for the entire community. Honestly, because I don't really think anybody in this pavilion knows half the stuff you do. Geraldine and I are very fortunate to know what you do on a day-to-day basis, spreading your knowledge and just your time and helping others. It is just a true inspiration for the younger crew, the St. Louis community. I just want to end with 2 points. Point number 1 is thank you so much for being a member of Klal Yisrael. Seriously cannot thank you enough for that. And last but not least, the last point, thank you. You are doing a great job so far. Sam Zitten, everybody.
So about 5 people asked me if I was speaking tonight. I said I was not asked to. So I said, I hope not. Here we are. This has been an incredibly challenging year for everyone in the world. And to me, it hasn't been easy. I don't think it's been easy for anyone, but there have been countless and tremendous opportunities that we've all been given. And the chance to grab those opportunities and turn them into something special, share our talents in ways that may not have been possible before, make connections that may not have been possible before, and to hopefully, God willing, leave this entire difficult experience as better humans, better members of the St. Louis Jewish community, better members of Klal Yisrael, is something that we shouldn't take lightly. And this is very meaningful and just says to me that people take that seriously. And if we can all take that seriously, I think we'll all be better off this time next year at next year's dinner. Thank you very much.
So tonight I have another distinct honor and privilege. Rabbi Schulman is amongst this year's Keter Shem Tov awardees. And as you can imagine, I've had a unique vantage point to witness his leadership, diligence, sensitivity, endless effort and care for our shul family and the broader community over the last 4.5 years, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic. Leading our shul's response to the virus has been a monumental task and has certainly added a complex layer to shul and community operations. Rabbi Schulman, it has been a comfort to have you at the helm every step of the way. And tonight's award is just a small token of appreciation from your Young Israel of St. Louis family. I'm honored to publicly thank you for all that you have done on our behalf and all that I know you will continue to do going forward. Please, can you join me up here for a moment? So on behalf of a grateful community, we award you with the Keter Shem Tov Award. The quote incorporated in this beautiful piece of art is, B'chol mi she'oskim b'tzarchei tzibur be'emunah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu yishalem sachram, v'yasir mehem kol machala, yirpa lechol gufam, yishlach lechol vanam, yishlach bracha v'atzlacha b'chol maseh yedehem. And all those who deal with the public in faith, the Holy One, blessed be He, will pay their wages, will remove any sickness from them, and heal their bodies, and forgive all their poverty, and send blessing and success in all their work. The plaque reads, Young Israel of St. Louis Annual Dinner, May 23rd, 2021, 12 Sivan 5781, Keter Shem Tov Award, Rabbi Moshe Schulman, in recognition and appreciation of your devoted service to our shul and community. A huge yasher koach to you and to Bela, and may you both and all your family go Michael El Chai. I'll get a picture over there. At this time, it is with great pleasure that I ask Rabbi Schulman to deliver his address and make the presentations to our other Keter Shem Tov awardees. The covered Rabbi Schulman.
I'm not used to fighting with a microphone. Thank you all. To my esteemed rabbinic colleagues, distinguished fellow honor awardees, chairs, dear friends. At the outset, I want to express a special thanks to my rabbinic colleagues for attending this evening, for their constant support and friendship. It means a great deal to me, and I cherish and value those friendships. To our dinner committee, the indefatigable Alyssa, Tamar, Roberta, Judy, nothing happens by accident. We are here this evening, and we are enjoying this beautiful event because of your sincere devotion, hard work, and extraordinary talent. I would even go so far as to say the beautiful weather is your doing as well. Your attention to detail, the expediency with which you get everything done, your positivity and energy are noteworthy and inspirational. Thank you. Shanti, Julianne. Shanti, thank you for those warm words. Thank you for this recognition. And thank you for all you have done and continue to do for the show. Working with you, dare I say last half a decade? These past 4 years has been one of the great privileges of my rabbinic career. You show your extraordinary menschlichkeit and professionalism in every interaction. Your devotion to our Shul family is second to none. Thank you for being there. Thank you for inspiring confidence in others and for challenging people to step up and be the best that they can be. You and Julianne, your Eshet Chayil at your side, have been and continue to be extraordinary ambassadors of our Shul family. We have all benefited from your leadership. And me'omek libenu, from the bottom of our hearts, we say thank you. This recognition, while deeply appreciated, is partially misplaced. First and foremost, it should go to my Eshet Chayil, because she is the one who enables all else to fall into place. It was Rabbi Akiva who, when speaking of his wife, proclaimed, Shali v'shalachem shalah. All that is mine, all that is ours, is hers. She is the glue of our family, and she is the glue of our communal family. Thank you. Secondly, it is misplaced because it is really all about all of you. What is, after all, a shul? A place to daven, to learn Torah, to share friendships and kindnesses, a place where we play out the values and live out the values of Jewish life, emunah, faith, kavod Torah, gemilut chesed, chinuch, and more. A place where our rabbis and our teachers guide us, lead us, and inspire us. A place where we come together to express our support for one another in times of challenge and celebrate with each other in times of joy. In short, it is a family. And you have been an exemplary family, conducting yourselves in a way that is a Kiddush Hashem and brings honor to us all. Tonight, we are celebrating us, gathering together for the first time to have a meal together. It is wonderful to see everybody's faces, literally. Baruch Shechianu B'Kimanu B'Giyanu Lazman Hazeh. Thank you. When we think about a community, how appropriate it is that this coming Shabbos we read of the mitzvah of Moshe's instructions to Moshe to build trumpets by which to signal and to call the congregation together. The Torah uses two words to describe the community of Israel: Eidah and Machaneh, a camp and a congregation. Rav Soloveitchik Zecher Tzadik Livracha famously distinguished between these two types of collectives in his essay called Dodi Dafek. And the Rav explained that a Machaneh, a camp, is a group of individuals defined by a common threat and a collective need for self-defense. We became a Machaneh, he explains, in the crucible of Egypt. An Eidah, on the other hand, is a congregation brought together by a collective shared vision, faith, ideals, edut, testimony. We became an Eidah when we received the Torah at Mount Sinai. A Machaneh, he expressed famously, is a community with a shared fate, while an Eidah is one with a shared destiny. We think of a shul community as an Eidah, shared values, ideals, shared goals, spiritual aspirations. But this year we realized that we cannot be an Eidah unless we are also a Machaneh, able to address the challenges to our safety, to our well-being, and to our health. We had to be able to protect ourselves before any common ideals and values could be achieved. To do that, we had to journey through the world of a pandemic, at times isolated and alone, because that was what was needed. And at times in small numbers. And slowly over the course of this year, we have been able to come back together to rebuild. We were a Machaneh, and we had to rebuild once again to return to being an Eidah. We at Young Israel and the Jewish community of St. Louis, like Jewish communities throughout the world, faced a unique challenge. That to help preserve the community, we needed to partially and temporarily dismantle the community. But leading a community through that challenge required an extraordinary and delicate balance between individual needs, community safety, public policy, sensitivity, compassion, and a keen understanding of a science that was new to us all. I find it very telling that in the same parasha we read of a moment when Moshe made the most profound declaration of his career. Lo uchal anochi levadi laset et kol ha'am hazeh. I cannot do it alone. Even Moshe Rabbeinu realized this. He needed the Sanhedrin. He needed leaders. He needed Yitro to be his eyes, vayita lanu le'einayim, as they journeyed through the desert, and he needed a group of advisors and scholars to address the needs of the people. Asfali shivim ish miziknei Yisrael. We needed eyes, we needed guides, we needed elders, maybe not 70, but counselors nonetheless. In the initial stages of this pandemic, the rabbinic leadership of our community came together. I'm glad that Rabbi Greenblatt is here because he was a key part of that group. And with the support of medical professionals, came together to advise the community as a whole down this new and uncharted path. And I want to thank the community rabbanim for stepping up so courageously. But as our focus turned to each congregation's needs, we needed a version of our own Shivim Ish Miziknei Yisrael, our own Einayim, our eyes and our experts in science, in physics, Gabayim and board leaders, lay and professional, to address unique questions in a unique time. And so was born the COVID Advisory Committee. It grew out of that need. And before I turn my attention to the awardees this evening, I want to acknowledge all of them. We could not have gotten here without all of you. Your scholarship, your insights, and your collective experience. And so I want to express a personal and communal thanks to all the members of the committee, Dr. Rich Axelbaum, Dr. Joel Garbo, Jonty Felsher, Dr. Monty Mazer, Elliot Franklin, Howard Oppenheimer, Dr. Mark Friedman, Dr. Robert Strachan, and Dr. Danny Waxstock. To all of them, a yesher kochachem. Tonight is about recognizing a group of individuals who have helped all of us through this year and have done so with optimism, leadership, and dedication. Sam, let me just add one comment to what was already said. The most important work, and the most important word in all of Jewish communal life was uttered by Avram Avinu. Hineni, here I am. You answer Hineni every day. You step up. Through this pandemic, you have engaged the youth of our community through NCSY and JSU, Shabbat games in your home, programs, energy, creativity, commitment. You never say no. Whether it was building mechitzot for our minyanim, plexiglass barriers, or creating virtual trivia nights and everything in between. Your positivity, your kindness, your menschlichkeit, and your always available attitude sets you apart and inspires others to follow. Thank you. Dr. Rich and Dr. Monty. What is a Keter Shem Tov Award? It's much more than a thank you. It is a reflection of the Mishnah in Pirkei Avot. Rabbi Shimon Omer, Shlosha Ktarim Heim, Rabbi Shimon taught there are 3 crowns in this world of leadership. Keter Torah, Torah leadership, Keter Kuhuna, priestly leadership, Keter Malchut, kingship. Keter Shem Tov, Ole al Gabehen, but the crown of a good name rises above them all. The crown of a good name towers over them because it reflects and encompasses all the efforts that are needed to lead a community forward. When you consider Rich and Monty, their families, you realize right away that they're individuals whose demeanor, bearing, and manner is that of soft-spoken kindness and respect. Divrei chachamim benachat nishma'im. The words of the wise are spoken in the kind tones. In our need to understand how to navigate this new and uncharted world of masks and airflow and particles and social distancing, all household names to us now, but then it was all new and confusing. Rich was there. And not just for us. And he was called upon by university, called upon by worldwide organizations, because he was a world-renowned expert in this field, and he was in our backyard. For us, he's Rich and Maury. Always answering yes. Always answering a question in a way that made a complex idea sound so simple. I still remember the first example he gave of blowing in your hand and breathing in through your hand, just to understand how a mask worked. And always with the deepest respect for Torah and Jewish life. He is Kover Itim for regular Torah study. You'll see him in the Beis Medrash or learning on Zoom. In the most extraordinary covered for Torah scholarship, an individual who davens from the heart and soul. He is the whole package. And most importantly, like Moshe Rabbeinu, Anav Mikol Adam, he does this with extraordinary humility. Monty? Your Eshet Chayil, your beautiful children, Ezra and Tali. Where do I start? You define Keter Shem Tov. You wear a crown that makes everybody else want to be your friends. And in the few short years that you have been here, you have become everybody's best friend. For me personally, you have stood by my side not only in the work of the committee, but also helping families understand COVID, helping people realize what it was and what it wasn't, guiding families through symptoms and diagnoses and testing and contact tracing and screening processes for the shul, for the school, any family who needed medical advice, scientific counsel, understanding, or just a lending hand, you were there. You may have been my partner in the design of every Google form we used this year, but that was just an excuse, my excuse, to be able to probe the issues with you, to hear your insights, to learn from your enormous knowledge. Your beautiful voice uplifts the davening and imbues it with a unique spiritual quality. And your beautiful heart, together with your family, touches the soul of everyone here. I cannot think of two people more worthy to stand here and accept a recognition for wearing the crown of a good name that has brought us to this moment than Drs. Rich Axelbaum and Monty Mazer. Please come forward to receive your recognition. There are two plaques. The plaque for Dr. Richard Axelbaum, again, is the tefillah of Misha Oskim B'Tzorchei Tzibor, those who engage themselves in public needs with faith and devotion. And Dr. Mazur's plaque is Tfilat HaRofeh, the physician's prayer, the same plaque on the bottom. And we thank you both.
Thanks, Max. All right. Please bear with me. I'm definitely not anywhere near as articulate as everybody else who's spoken before me. And essentially everything that I've wanted to say has already been said over and over and over again. And that I think is really telling about this past week's Parsha. It's the longest Parsha in the Torah, and we all know at the end of the Parsha, the last several words are over and over and over again, all 12 tribes giving their korban. It's the exact same korban over and over and over again. The question is, why do we have to repeat it? Why can't we just say, this was the korban, and all 12 of them gave it, and then we can have Kiddush? And there's a really good answer for this. And the answer is that, a community isn't just about the successes of the community. It's each individual that works hard in the community, and every single individual brings something special. And it doesn't matter if it's the exact same korban or if everyone's doing the same thing, davening together. Each and every single person's really important and really special. And that's what I've taken out of this year and my experiences here in St. Louis so far. And so there's a bunch of thank yous and Akar Satovs that I wanted to make. Initially, I was making this acceptance on behalf of Rich and Sam. I'm going to continue to do it on behalf of Rich and Sam, even though Sam jumped up and spoke himself and said some really beautiful things. But I think, this award or honor could have been given to anybody, fill in the blank. Everybody has done such an amazing job. And I'm really honored to be entrusted by the community to help out, to work alongside Rabbi Shulman, alongside the rest of the committee, to be able to really get through a very trying time and bring us to this amazing community dinner together outside in a beautiful venue where we're able to be here without masks together and just celebrating all the accomplishments and all the successes of this past year. So there's a lot of people I want to thank. As several people have said in the past, the entire committee, I didn't put mine in order of alphabet, but Danny Waxstock, Joel Garbo, Robert Strachan, Elliot Franklin, Howard Oppenheimer, Mark Friedman, the entire committee, we get together at the drop of a hat, discuss major issues that came up, where we're going, where we've been, where we're headed. And it was an enjoyable time because everybody had a very strong goal towards the exact same thing for the entire community. And that was to make sure that everybody was safe, everybody was together, and that we could do what we felt was best for the community and for each and every person here in the community. And I think it was a very special group of people, and it will always be a group of people that I hold and cherish in my heart. Jonty has also been incredibly supportive and helpful, and we couldn't have done any of the things that we did in the shul without him. And of course, most importantly, Rabbi Shulman. There's nobody that could have led a community and a shul and a people and a school and a city and a community through a pandemic the way that you did. Every detail, finding the right people, pinpointing people that you believed in, myself, Rich, Sam, the whole committee, the whole city. If you felt that somebody had something to offer, went out and grabbed it, brought them in, and made them feel welcome, made them feel that they were important towards the mission of making sure that this community stayed safe. And I don't think anybody could have done it the way that you did. And it's been an honor and a pleasure to be working with you, alongside you, and just to be a tremendous friend, backyard neighbor, kind of. Other people that, you know, throughout this time we've lay our hands on their shoulders and tried to discuss with and learn from people like Dr. Greg Storch, who I've called a number of times to speak with about COVID. Jeff Haspel was very involved in the school, and I speak to him very frequently. Johanan Silverman, Danielle Hermelin, a lot of people who throughout the community we've been supported by them, and they've supported us throughout this process. So I wanted to thank them as well. Probably most importantly, or for sure most importantly, is each and every one of our wives, Daniela, Maury, Jackie. We couldn't have run downstairs to our computers and got on Zoom meetings at the drop of a hat if it wasn't for you taking care of the children, putting kids to bed when we were doing it during bedtime, and just all the amount of time that it took and the support that you gave us throughout this whole process. And I really want to thank all of you. In addition, the dinner chairs, the journal chairs, everybody who put this together, it's a beautiful event, and we wanted to really thank you. And finally, on a more personal note, as most of you know, we're going to be leaving at the end of the summer. We're going to be moving to Cleveland for a new opportunity. And on behalf of my family, my kids, Daniela, we've really made some incredible friendships here in St. Louis. And it's been a warm community that's welcomed us from day one. It's been a place where we felt at home coming to shul, the schools, the community. Just if we ever needed anything, everybody was here and ready for us. And you're always going to be family to us. And hopefully we should get together for many more simchas and many more events like this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Monty. This is an unscheduled announcement, and it's not on your program. So after dessert, and after benching, and after Ma'ariv, don't go away. We're planning an extraordinary postscript to tonight's dinner. We're going to gather on the steps overlooking the park, and Monty's going to lead us in a kumsitz. So hang around. Thank you.
Okay, so before we bench, just a little bit more housekeeping. Our silent auction, if you would like to make any more bids, please do so. And we will announce winners after benching, I believe. So I hope everyone is having a wonderful time. Just from my perspective, looking out here, it's just fantastic to see the sun setting over there. It's just a beautiful evening to be together and once more gather. And thank you for all being here, and enjoy the rest of the evening. Thank you.
Dear friends, we'll give another moment for you to finish your dessert, and then I'm going to ask Rabbi Fruchter to lead us in Birkat Hamazon, and then we'll daven Ma'ariv, and you're welcome to join us on the steps. Thank you.
Rabbi Saini Baruch. Yishem Adonai Mevarach Me'atavi Olam B'Rishus Harabanim V'Hakohanim Marlam V'Rabbanan Rabbi Saini Baruch Eloheinu She'achanu Mishalo Baruch Eloheinu She'achanu Mishalo V'Tevo Chayinu Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Olam Hazanu Sa'olam Kulam Tevo B'Chen V'Chesed V'Rachamim V'Nosei Alechem V'Chomas Yakili Olam Chasdo V'Tevo Agdol Tamid L'Chosad Lanu V'Yichsad Lanu V'Azon Yilamed B'Avo Shemo Agdol Ki U'el Sanu B'Fanei Sla Kol Mitiv La Kol Mechin Ma'ason L'Chom Yosef Hashem Barab Baruch Atah Adonai Yasones Hakol Nodelu Adonai Eloheinu Hashem Chadal Avosinu Aretz Amdot Tovenu Chalal Ashot Tzisanu Adonai Eloheinu Eretz Mitzrayim Uv'Tisan V'Beis Avadim V'Yamrisecha Shechasamta B'Yivsareinu V'Yatoretzcha Sheyimadotanu V'Yachukecha Shehodatanu V'Yachayim Chen V'Chesed Shechonatanu V'Achilas Mozon She'atazanu V'Farnesosanu Tamid B'Chol Yom V'Chol Eis V'Chol Sha'a V'Yala Kol Adonai Eloheinu Enachem Od Mulach Mevachim Osach Yispara Shemcha B'Pikol Chai Tamid Li'olam Bo'ed K'Kvasu V'Yachalta V'Savata V'Rachtus Adonai Elohecha Al Haaretz Atov Asher Nasan Lach Baruch Atah Adonai Al Haaretz V'Al Hamazon Rachim No Adonai Eloheinu Al Yisrael Amecha V'Yerushalayim V'Rachim Yatzim Shayim K'Vadech V'Amachos V'Yizdav V'Mishichecha V'Lavayis HaKadosh V'Hakadosh V'Nikoshemucha Alav Eloheinu Avinu Re'inu Zunenu Parneseinu V'Chakolin V'Avrichenu V'Avachalanu Adonai Eloheinu Avinu V'Tzareseinu V'Na'atatz V'Chenu Adonai Eloheinu Lo Lidim Matanas Masavadam Lo Lideh V'Asam Ki Im Liyotecha Amalei HaPesuch HaKadosh V'Arachava Shalom Nevosh Lo Nikalim Li'olam Bo'ed Uvnei Yerushalayim Ir HaKodesh B'Meirav Yameinu Baruch Atah Adonai Bonei V'Rachamav Yerushalayim Amen. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech Haolam Ha'olavim Magenu Adoreinu Boreinu Golenu Yoseinu Kedoshenu Kedosh Yaakov Roveinu Rove Yisrael Melech Atov Yitav Kol Shavachal Yom V'Yom U'Eitiv U'Meitiv Yeitiv Lanu Hu Gavlanu Gavlenu Yigvalinu La'alachem V'Chesed V'Rachamim V'Lo Revach Atzalim Yatzlach V'Racha V'Shmonecha V'V'Nesmecha Kolam V'Rachamim V'Chaim V'Shalom V'Chol Tov U'Mikol Tov Li'olam Al Yichasereinu. וזר מבקש לכם, אדוני עוזם וייתן, אדוני יברך אסם ובשלום.
Okay, perfect. Shkaya. I said,
All right, so we're going to Daven Ma'ariv down here by the semicircle overlooking the park, opposite Sunset. Perfect venue for davening Ma'ariv. And then you're all invited to join us for a post-dinner kumsitz.
They'll still be able to hear you. What time are we supposed to go? Yeah, why don't you go ahead and just, make sure that they can hear you. Let's see. We got a switch on it so that people are turning it off.
If you'd like to join us for Ma'ariv, we're just right up here.
Hello? Oh, okay. Before you go to Mariv, let me just announce the winners of our silent auction. Melanie Winograd Interiors 1 hour consultation goes to bidding number 32. Resolute Craftsman Custom Coffee Table number 66. Resolute Craftsman Handmade Wooden Tray number 43. No Frames Production Company. Wow, this got a lot of bids. 81, number 81. Resolute Craftsman Handmade Wine Rack, the one and only Zeb Katz. Good job, nice. Handcrafted Wooden Pen by Sam Zitten, number 43. Resolute Craftsman Handmade Cutting Board, number 40. You also, Zeb Katz loves this guy. Memory Foam Neck Pillow from RPI Therapy Services, bidding number 38. Sweet Tooth Confections, bidding number 45. Abdullah Candle, donated by Vicky Service, thank you. Bidding number 51. Almond Cake from Michal Sweet Treats, bidding number 55. 55. RP Studios 1 hour photography session, bidding number 55. Rhythm and Ruach birthday party, number 81, Rachel Deutsch. Okay, Elliott Franklin Services, bidding number 50. Happy Spaces by Lizzie, bidding number 9. Wooden challah board donated by Roberta Gornish, number 59. That's me. Shabbat, bidding number 70. Miss Kelly's Gym. Woo! Number 59, that's me. Small Batch Boutique, bidding number 70. Rodan and Fields from Bela, Shulman, bidding number 10. Micro Adhesion Paste. A to Z Cuts personalized paper cut. Can someone take these clipboards from me? They're falling over. Thank you. A to Z, thank you. A to Z personalized paper cuts, bidding number 5. Cones, number 57. Lastly, Rodan and Fields Active Hydration Body Replenish. That sounds nice. Bidding number 70. Thank you to all our sponsors and for everyone for participating in the silent auction. And I'm guessing, Rabbi Shulman, you want to do Marav.
Thank you very much. Wonderful. Now, if you those who'd like to join us on Mariv, right out here. Mariv and Sunset.
Voi shi de aide aktoi shevet sich mer nit schemen veloy si kol mi lol mi isro elevet nemen mat ich toy khach es wel werden glache alle eingebogene yid I mat mi greit sich mit freiliche gemieten
I don't know, we may not go, we may retire on this.
Sabrina. We really did. It really did. Oh, thank you so much.
microphones.
Let me know when you see our delivery truck. Yeah, because I'm going to tell them to wait a little bit. I got them for 4 hours. They can wait 15 minutes.
They're going to Yerushalayim. They're going out to Yerushalayim. Good, how are you?
Hallelujah.